Hey everybody, clearing. Another video coming from the Pachina Bay Music Festival on Vancouver Island. This is also a campground. It's so freaking beautiful. Anyways, let's get into it. Divine Masculine check-in. What can we see? So, yeah, I'm just gonna dive right in. I just did a feminine reading and just feeling to... Oh, there we go. To do a quick check-in for the masculines as well. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the beautiful, glorious, wonderful Divine Masculines that join me here, or cross-watchers, Divine Feminines, curious about what the masculines are thinking, feeling. Oh, I need to shuffle that one again. What the masculines are thinking and feeling, wishing, doing towards these connections at this time. Oh, and I'm being asked, let's get a special message from the Divine Masculines to the Divine Feminines. King of Pentacles and Four of Wands. So this is commitment and union, twin flame union and commitment. These are both 111, are both in the reverse. So they are contemplating this, and the moon. They're looking at their subconscious. They are at such a deep level of choosing you, Divine Feminine. They are scouring their hearts. You know, this is not a karmic relationship where it's a casual yes and let's get married and, you know, get into a predicament, a karmic conundrum. These Divine Masculines want to actually commit with authenticity for the rest of this life. And so they are not leaving any stone unturned. They are down into the subconscious, and they are seeing. Those subconscious drivers are being divulged. They are seeing and learning so much. They are becoming psychic, intuitive. They are tuning into this. They are seeing it as a spiritual, soul-based connection like no other. And they are seeing that it has commitment already encoded in it, rather than something that needs to be manufactured or trained or worked at. They are seeing it was innate in these connections right from the beginning. It was different. It was different. And they want you to know that today, Divine Feminines, that you just can't make that up. Okay, let's see. Clarifiers. Thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the masculines? In all the usual ways, the biggest challenge, solution, and direction in the near future, and some clarifiers for the Divine Feminines watching. Okay, conscious mind, masculines today. We are getting 5 of Cups and 10 of Cups. I just shuffled this, so I got this exact combination. Exact for the feminines from these two decks. I'm actually a little blown because I just shuffled everything here, but okay. So when I get this, it's a formula, 5 of Cups and 10 of Cups. They both came out in the inverse, just like they did with the feminines. And what that tells me, with the 5 of Cups, we're talking about seeing the love that's been here all along instead of the losses, instead of the grief. And the 10 of Cups, this is the heaven on earth. This is the atypical, unconventional, radical new love systems, love connections. But this is an inside job. When we look at everything that has happened as a reason only to love more, a prerequisite only so we can love and be entrusted fully, that's what this is telling us. That on the conscious mind, the masculines are matching the feminine energy right now by taking stock of everything that has come before in this connection and really looking at how this is radically shifting the way we look at relationships and the way that we see more deeply into what success can be like. Instead of hoping for success, this is where we learn the foundational building blocks that affirm that success is warranted here. Wow. Watch your words. The masculines just got this in the other reading that I did for the feminines. These are so closely tied. Masculines are realizing that their words have been fickle, they've been insecure, they've been fearful, and they are really thinking about how they have said things in the past or misinterpreted what you've said. They're wanting to be impeccable with their words, with their speech, so that they are building this long-term heaven on earth with you. What can we see for the conscious mind for you, feminines? 6 of Cups and 2 of Cups. This is reunion energy because this love is warranted. We have the twin flame caduceus there. So the twinning process. So the masculines are starting to see this ebb and flow They're starting to see how this connection stands the test of time, how you come together to catalyze, to stimulate each other, and how you go apart into independent integration and come back together on the wings of angels. I just heard that it's miraculously guided, that it's only a matter of time before you come back together. They know this. They feel it in their heart. Life is a mystery in the reverse. So they're learning that life isn't just a mystery. There are some things that are guaranteed, a given, like the love here I just heard. That this love is 2 peas in a pod. They know it. There is nobody that has such an affinity with them like you do, Divine Feminines. What is on the heart space for these connections? Oh, 9 of Cups without further ado. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. The wait is over. So they want this. They want this connection. They want it now. Life is speeding up. So once they say yes to this, it's going to go fast. That I'm hearing marriage proposals for some. Like, you're not going to be single very much longer, Divine Feminines. Your masculine is coming in hot. They're just waiting for the opportunity here. Any day now, any moment. They're not going to be able to hold back any longer. On the heart space, they have seen the qualifications of this love, so they can be sure, so they don't have to be nervous, so they can own it, so they can be fearless and bold and confidently choose you and say, there is no one like you. Wow, they're really getting there, Divine Feminines. Like, good job aligning and being love, because that is single-handedly, collectively changing relationships on the planet to refine, to purify to this level where we're bringing back the foundation of love. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space? Oh, the moon and Prince of Cups. So there's that subconscious energy again, the moon in the reverse. It's the deepest levels of commitment, of emotion, of hidden information, of multidimensional validation. All of that is coming up to the surface as they find more and more self-love. They see you are the match for them. The more they know themselves, the more they love themselves, the more they see these primordial indicators, these timeless indicators of the love with you and what really matters on an eternal level. So none of the earthbound rules, regulations, stigmas, deal breakers, obstacles, all the differences that society would say isn't same enough. The differences, that's all being seen as strengths now, is what I'm hearing. It's all being seen as complementary. And we get time to collaborate in the reverse. So they're trying to work the puzzle of how the two of you could collaborate, or how these apparent differences could be strong suits. And they're looking at the benefits of these exact differences as actually exponentially encoded with potential. The more they love themselves, the more they're saying, yeah, this span, this spectrum that we organize on is actually beneficial to ourselves and to others in our community if I get past the stigma. I don't know how it's going to look, but it's a strong suit. It's not a fault. And now they're seeing how lucky they are to have garnered your attention, your affection, how divinely guided that is, how it's not by chance, how it's so deep they could not have foreseen it to begin with. They're so grateful on the heart space, and now they're wanting to learn to work with that energy instead of continue to resist it. They're doing the mindset work to align with it, to validate it. What are we seeing for the masculine's wish in their own life right now? Oh, divine wisdom and Princess of Swords. So they're looking into ancient wisdom. They're looking into spirituality. They're looking into energetics. They're looking into quantum aspects. They're looking into anything that will help explain and express the multidimensionality of this connection and the way that they're awakening to this reality. So if they've thought that the spiritual shoes were too big here, they are starting to catch up to speed. Believe in yourself. They're starting to see themselves as spiritual. Just because they haven't had the foundation that they might perceive in someone that has the faith like you do, Divine Feminine, they are now not intimidated by that because they've had enough trailblazing, groundbreaking proofs energetically in this connection where it's not so crazy to them after all, and they are starting to believe in themselves that they are actually, I'm hearing specifically conveying specific telepathic transference between that you have undoubtedly confirmed without knowing, Divine Feminine. So by following your intuition, saying the certain word choices, there's some confirmation here the masculines have had that has been coaxing them into opening up the Pandora's box of spirituality and energetic connection firsthand. This is giving them a framework in this reality that will validate this love beyond just a lust-filled, temporary, physical lust. Yeah. So they're seeing that this expansive connection defies logic, but they're coming up to speed with the energetic common sense of it. The things that are accessible if they believe in themselves, in their worthiness for love, that they have touched on a love that far transcends the mundane. What are they wishing for this connection? Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands. They want the public victory. So in the feminine reading, there was a need for bravery to bring these connections into the public knowledge. So they are wishing for that. They are actively manifesting, coming forward in a public way with these connections. They want that lucky break. They want to have that Wheel of Fortune turn so that the fates align here. Now is a lucky time. Wheel of Fortune and lucky time. So this life is speeding up, this movement that they're feeling, it is divinely guided, and the divine is going to open up opportunities for the two to be united here in a public way coming up. So the universe is going to orchestrate things. If the counterparts are not actively coming up with ways to connect right now, the universe is going to do it. And the masculines are okay with that. They're surrendering to it. What is the action the masculines are taking in their life right now? The Hermit, about what unconditional love is. So they're getting some divine downloads right now on what love really is, and seeing the difference between karmic relationships and these divinely guided, unshakable love connections that just have had the encoding of commitment and love and unconditionality right from the get-go. Bring a gentle touch. So yeah, I'm getting that, watching their words, watching their energy, not being misleading, really taking a review of these connections. And any times that they have not been gentle, they're starting to see they're safe to be gentle, that it's not emasculating to be sweet, to be kind, to be gentle with their divine feminine. There was a lot of machismo that's being erased out of the templates. Masculines, you can be absolutely profoundly strong and loving in the bedroom or whatever. You don't have to be afraid that tenderness is weak or not masculine. There are some aspects of true strength and protection and those qualities that know how to speak and nurture and still be ultimately strong in the connections. So you're able to be more gentle, more intimate, more tender, and to let the love in and to share the love in that way too, that spectrum of love. You don't just have to be the masculine one that calls the shots. You can also lead with kindness and positive reinforcement, affirmations in the connection. As you soften into unconditional love, you know it's safe to crack open your heart and allow that tender aspect of yourself to be there, so that your feminine can be strong in feminine ways as you be soft in masculine ways. Some of those masculine ways are showing your feminine your heart, that intimate place that you don't share with others, that's not emotionally available for others. It's starting to be time for the masculines to have the emotional availability of their heart of hearts with their feminine. What is the action the masculines are taking in the connections? Or no, in their own life? The Star, the Alchemist. So Magician and Star, they're really looking at what their destined path is. They're dreaming big for the future, their own life, and this includes you, but they're looking at what they want. So act as if, chameleon spirit. So everything that they're witnessing in their lives right now, they are in the shoes of what would this be like if I was doing this with my feminine? What would this be like as a way of life? They're actively putting themselves into waking fantasies that are going through the motions of what a new kind of life could look like if anything were possible. What are they doing? What are the actions that they're taking for these connections? Ooh, the Tower and Prince of Pentacles. So they want to come forward with an offer. They want to change over their world. They want to change over the existing things that haven't been working for them, and they want to start laying a new foundation more consciously, more deliberately, more openly. This is the emotional transparency, the emotional currency coming through and investing now in these connections. We had the Seven of Coins a while ago in the reverse that talked about immediacy. That's also a card of investing in other places. It's a gardening card, a waiting for the crops to ripen. And so they're withdrawing their pentacle from that previous investment in the ways of the world, and they're now wanting to take the building blocks from what they've learned in their karmic lives and take those building blocks into these new ascended, more evolved kind of relationships together. Nothing is wasted. Yes, they're taking all the rubble from their past lives, from their learning, and they're wanting to create something new and extraordinary with those wisdom teachings. What are the actions they're taking straight towards these connections? Yes, Ace of Wands and Two of Wands. They've made a choice that you are their sexual partner. This is the most phallic card in the deck. So they want to make love. They want to make love. They want to generate this closeness, the bond, the intimate circle. I'm seeing a figure 8 and couples copulating with this energy, tantric energy flowing up the spines, aligning through the heart, high heart chakras, through the root chakra, through all the chakras, aligning and knitting the two together in this sacred sexual passion. Oh, use your mind wisely when pigs fly. So cool. So yeah, you think that the impossible, it's impossible to have true love, we've thought. We've all wanted it, but we have until now on the planet, we've seen so many convoluted expressions of love. We're getting into the vicinity where two shall become one, actually, through this consummation. Such a beautiful thing. The masculines are intending that. They're wanting to actually make love. They want to burst your energetic bubble. So what I'm actually hearing is your energetic virginity. They want to blow your mind with the tantra that they're ready to give you with all in. Having been prodigal and coming back in, they want to burst your energetic virginity in a way that they have chosen you, Divine Feminine, and consummate this connection on a level that has not been previously deemed possible. Whoa, what is the biggest challenge for the masculines right now? The Sun and the Lovers. So there still haven't been things that have come to light yet about how deeply, how eternal this connection is, but it is dawning, this new dawn coming. It's like the preparation, the magnetic pull towards it. Sometimes life stinks. So this says that there are things, circumstances that have reared up, that have been, so it hasn't been the love connection. It hasn't been a lack of consciousness. It's a growth process, but it has been circumstances in both people's lives. It's mirrored. And so at times there have been bad guy energies that have caused disruptions, that have caused disconnects, that have caused distractions. This is the challenge, that it's not the love here, it's the circumstances and how frustrated and overwhelmed people have gotten on the journey when life comes crashing in, when responsibilities and karmic loose strings and all of that keep coming in. We've been learning mastery and temperance by having to prioritize those things that are in our buckets and know and trust the love that when it's appropriate, we'll be able to come back together for a time in the caduceus twinning template and for life partnership. But that's the challenge, is that it's not the love between the two. It's this stuff that happens in life that we have to deal with, and sometimes it's not somebody else's responsibility. It's our own karmic, generational things, our family patterns, collective energies we're filtering, all those levels. What is the solution? Continued unconditional love of self and others, surrendering to it, keeping up with that idyllic vision of how it could be, that when pigs fly kind of appearance of love. Keep designing it, shooting for that, believing in it, holding that energy. Time to heal. Hold that healing vision and align, ascend up to it. It is not foolish, immature, la la land to dream big with what love can feel like. You know, when was the last time you just dropped in and said, what would I like love to feel like? If I had an ideal, what would it require? How would that feel in my bones? What would my emotions do? What would my mindset do if I was actually in the love of a lifetime that was safe and secure and grounded and whole? What would that feel like? And if that's not there in your connection yet, set it as your new goal to feel that love. Not, you know, coming into a marriage or living together or all of those things, but for you to get to that wholeness where you feel that, where you know what that would feel like, so that anything less than that coming towards you, you're not satisfied with it, satiated. Not that you're a control freak about it, you just simply have no desire to connect with something that is not of that. You're just ready to cut the bullshit and just be in love and not have that rocked. You know, I just messaged to my person that there's nothing in me that wants to rock the balance. I just love. What is the direction of these connections? Ooh, the High Priestess and the World in the reverse. So we did get some cycles still needing to close out. I think the World in reverse came out for the feminines around this point in the feminine reading. This is the be still and know, continuing to sort the world and all the circumstances through compassion, mercy, humility. So everything we're dealing with is all compassion, humility, mercy, forgiveness, allowance, letting the old fall away. Disconnect from all of those things. Don't try and drag those unhealed patterns from the past into the future. Take a deep breath. Let them go. Say no more. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to rehash it. I don't want to engage with it. I don't want to perpetuate it. I just want to let it go. Have mercy, humility, compassion. Put yourself in another person's shoes and forgive. Deeply forgive. Unhook from all past versions right now. Clear the baggage. The abundant universe will provide. So it's coming. Don't be afraid. Don't hang on to things that fall short out of fear that there won't be something better to replace it with. Clear it out. Let it go. Divine masculines are doing this. Okay, one last card for the collective here. We get nourishment of the soul. We got transformation energy for the feminines. It is the soul time right now. You are granted the gifts of fertility, creativity, and earthly abundance support all your needs. So a special message for those who want to do passion projects or have children with your divine counterpart. The divine will bring you fertility. You don't have to worry that you've missed it. Those miracles, if a child is meant to come to you, fertility will come in. For nourishing body, mind, and soul, and to live your life fully and capable of manifesting your divine purpose. So all of the divine purposes written on our hearts will come to fruition through these connections. Give yourself permission to nourish your body and provide for your heart, your mind, and your soul with what they are hungry for: meaning, sweetness, divine love, and the freedom to be authentic. So again, say out loud with me, I allow meaning, sweetness, divine love, and the freedom to be authentic in myself and in this connection with the love of my life. When you feed yourself that which nourishes you wisely and generously, you shall become one who can also feed the world with what it truly hungers. And that's where these higher missions come in. When we can do that for self, then we can do that in a building block, the imaginal cells of these divine relationships. Then we can go into communities, the children, the generational proper order of love is established. That is why the new starseed children will incarnate, regardless of worldly fertility or not. That's what I'm hearing, is that the divine will allow the conduit for divine couples to have babies, whether there is fertility or not established. When the connection is aligned, it's an energetic resonance that allows for that. So many beautiful messages today, and many blessings from the west coast of Vancouver Island. And bye for now.